Hi everyone, this is FlashCardReviews.com, and today I'm reviewing the Supercard DS ONEi. This is actually the 6th time I've done this review, simply because every single time I run over the 10-minute maximum on YouTube. And I don't even know if you guys want to listen to me ramble for 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. Now, the Supercard has a good reputation for producing flash cartridges. They were probably the main competitor against the Cyclo DS in features before. Now they released their own DSi cartridge, and you can see it here. It's spring-loaded micro SD, and it comes with a micro SD reader, which I don't have at the moment, but you guys know how that looks, and a USB flasher. This USB flasher is actually meant to reflash your firmware and basically to upgrade it if Nintendo should ever release a protection that prevents the DSi from reading your Supercard. So let's get looking at the Supercard's interface. As usual, I've already uploaded all the firmware beforehand, and let's take a look. So I want to start from here just to give you a good idea on the boot time. I'm not timing this myself, but I'm sure you can if you need it, if you want to. And looks like it was about 6 or 7 seconds. Now here we have the interface. It's actually very similar to the Easy Flash 5 and Easy Flash 5i because the Supercard DS is actually based off of Moonshell as well. This has many pluses, of course, meaning you can run text files, music files, tons of different file formats for music, by the way, and .dpg, which is a video file, and pictures. So you can, run them straight from the interface right here. You don't have to boot up any homebrew to run it. It can actually be seen right from the firmware. However, just load this file just so you can see how it handles text files. However, one huge disappointment that I found with the Supercard DS ONEi is its load time. Let's look at my ROM folder. And so here I have a list of ROMs. I don't think I have more than 10 or somewhere around there. But look how slowly it loads my list. I'm going to hold the down button the entire time. It's taken a good 2 to 3 maybe seconds to load each icon. It's just way too slow for me to handle, and I was shocked to see it loading the ROMs this slowly. I mean, there's no way I can browse quickly through my games this way. It takes me nearly 30 seconds to reach Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, all the way down here. However, to make up for it, the DS ONEi has a bunch of features that the other DSi cartridges don't have yet. And I'm going to show them to you on Tetris. So here I've zoomed in on the bottom screen for the Tetris ROM. And we see we've got a few options here. Let me take out my stylus. Now everything down here has to be stylus operated. So first option is change. This isn't very useful. It allows you to change the save type of your ROM. However, the Supercard DS ONEi automatically detects what save you're going to need, so you shouldn't need to touch this very often. Then there's multi-saver. This is a really convenient feature which handles multiple save files. So if you and your brother share a DS and a flash cart, he can have his own save file and you can have your own as well. Oops, sorry. You can have your own as well. All you need to do is select one, make it your default, and when you run the ROM, it'll boot from that one. If you want to make more, you can always just tap add and give it a few seconds while it creates a new save file. And there we go, new save file. That easy to make an extra save for you. Now let's look at set patch. This is where all the advanced features are set up. Now I want to first start off by saying that this is actually built very, very poorly. If you enable too many of these, if you check mark too many of them, or if you check mark, a bad combination, it will actually screw up. Your ROM can either not load or corrupt itself, actually. I've had that happen a few times. So you don't want to mess with this too much unless you know what you're doing. But what really matters here is enabling guide, fixed download play, and real-time save. Real-time save, if you need to see it, you can check out my iTouch 2 review for the DSi. Sorry about that. You can check out my iTouch 2 review where I show you that real-time save allows you to save at any point in the game. If you're in the middle of a Pokemon battle, for example, you can save right then as you're attacking. You're not limited to the save points that are in the game. Fixed download play is for basically increasing compatibility for download play. And a download play is when you have a DS that doesn't have the game and a DS that does have the game, and they can share one game file by having one DS download the files from the other. This is only compatible on some games, and basically if it doesn't work, you just check this box and it should make it work. Finally is the game guide. Sorry, that was a screensaver. Finally is the game guide. This is a real-time guide that you can look at while you're playing a game. This is pretty big, and only the Supercard DS1i has it at the moment. I'm actually going to demonstrate what it does in a second, but what you need to do is you need to get the text file, a walkthrough or a FAQ, and copy and paste it into Notepad, make it a text file, and then you can download the text to .scd file, I believe. It's a converting program, where you can change your text files into a Supercard type file. And then you just load that Supercard type file onto the micro SD along with the ROM. After you do that, you can enable guide, and you can boot up the ROM. I'm gonna boot it up now. And it'll have that text file available for you at any point while playing the game. One thing to note though is that it'll take much longer to load your ROM because the Supercard DS1 is currently trying to integrate the text files into the ROM itself. So it's patching the game right now as we're waiting for the game to load. Game loading time without patching or anything extra is actually decent. It's not very long, but with patching it definitely takes a long time. And this text file I actually included is very short. I mean, it's a Tetris game. There's not much to write a walkthrough about. However, if you're playing like Zelda or something and it's a huge file, I would recommend breaking it down to parts that you need, because otherwise you're going to take forever trying to load the game. So here we're at the main game, and we can play. Let's start something. And so while we're right in the middle of playing, we can actually hit a key combination, L, R, start, and down. It'll pause the game and bring us to this menu, or this viewer. Here is the text file I actually uploaded to my micro SD. Here I can read some information. Level 1 in Tetris is Mario Brothers. Level 2 is Mario Brothers, Samus Aran at level 12, etc. And when I'm done, press B and I can go right back to the game. Really cool feature, but it needs a lot of work because, as you can see, the text is just too big. You only have one screen, so you don't see very much at a time, and it loads incredibly slowly. It needs some work, but it's a nice feature. So I hope you've enjoyed my review. If you want any more information, please check out my website, flashcartreviews.com. And if you're interested in buying one of these, be sure to check out my sponsor, GameByGame.com. They specially hand check all of their cartridges, so you know you're getting something good and it's not going to arrive dead. Thank you. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.